Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys vs Commanders, two bold predictions for Sunday's matchup. It's hard to say a Week 7 matchup can make or break a team's season, but this week's game against the Washington Commanders will do just that for the Dallas Cowboys. If the Cowboys win, they will stay in the playoff hunt. If they lose, it's time to start prepping for the 2026 NFL Draft. Before the two teams square off in this season-changing matchup, here are two bold predictions for the game. 1. Javonte Williams and the Cowboys' rushing attack bounces back, totaling over 145 rushing yards as a team. Since Week 4, Washington's defense has been one of the worst units in the NFL in terms of stopping the run. Washington has allowed a total of 428 rushing yards over those three matchups, an average of 142 per game. This inability to stop the run has been the biggest weakness for the Commanders' defense, and it's been a big reason they have dropped two of their last three games. The Cowboys, who struggled to get anything going on the ground last week against Carolina, should be able to exploit Washington's weakness in defending the run. After his worst outing of the year last week, Cowboys running back Javonte Williams bounces back with one of his best outings of the season. Williams and Dallas' rushing attack totals over 145 yards as a unit, while the Commanders' defense continues to struggle against the run. 2. Cavani Turpin returns with a bang, going over 60 receiving yards and scoring his second touchdown of the season. The Cowboys are expected to get some key pieces back on offense this week, including speedy receiver Cavani Turpin. Since Turpin went out with a foot injury against the Packers, Dallas' offense has missed his speed and his ability to make an impact in the return game. Turpin has a knack for making plays against the Commanders, and that trend will continue on Sunday. The 29-year-old makes an impact in the passing game, recording over 60 receiving yards and scoring his second touchdown of the season. Cornerback Trevon Diggs out for Week 7 after bizarre home incident. Even in the wild world of the NFL, sometimes things happen that are still hard to wrap our heads around, things like what will sideline Dallas Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs for a critical Week 7 home game against the Washington Commanders. Trevon Diggs had an incident at his home last night that has landed him in the concussion protocol and will miss Sunday's game against Washington, ESPN's Todd Archer wrote on X on Friday, October 17. In health terms, Diggs seemed to be cruising along this season. He's played in all 6 games for the 2-3-1 Cowboys. That's notable only because Diggs' career over the last 3 years has been defined by injuries, as he's missed 32 regular season games since 2022 with a variety of injuries. Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer said Trevon Diggs had an accident at his home last night, The Athletic's John Machota wrote on his official X account. He has a concussion. He won't play Sunday. The Cowboys, somehow, are paying approximately $187 million for their two starting cornerbacks and getting little to no production out of them. Diggs is playing on a 5-year, $97 million contract he signed before the 2023 season. Fellow cornerback Darren Bland signed a 4-year, $90 million contract before the 2025 season. Cornerbacks Trevon Diggs and Darren Bland, both signed to $90 million contract extensions, have led the NFL in interceptions in their careers, but this season, they have no interceptions and no passes defensed. According to Pro Football Focus, Diggs has a 58.7 overall grade through 6 games, which ranks him 94th out of 171 eligible cornerbacks. Titans pass rusher drawing trade buzz, Cowboys eyeing. The Tennessee Titans are in a downward spiral and could trade pass rusher Arden Key as the trade deadline approaches. Currently sitting at 1-5, the team already fired head coach Brian Callahan after a disastrous stint and is firmly looking towards the future. While developing Cam Ward should be their top priority, they should also try to get draft picks for their aging veterans on expired contracts. Based on that criteria, it's hard to see Arden Key sticking around beyond the trade deadline. Now entering the final year of his contract, the 29-year-old probably isn't a part of the long-term plan, and teams desperate for a pass rusher could send a late-round pick for his services. Key is no superstar, but he's a decent rotational player who can get after the quarterback and clog rushing lanes on the outside. The best fit for him might be with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott is playing at an MVP level, but the defense is so bad that they're still 2-3-1 entering Week 7. While it's too late to undo the Micah Parsons trade, they could minimize the damage by going after Arden Key. Even though the Cowboys are currently on the wrong side of .500, it's safe to assume Jerry Jones wants to win football games in 2025. Seeing as they have an abundance of draft picks, they shouldn't worry about sending a late-round selection to the Titans for Key services. Key won't reshape the defense, but he won't need to. With how Prescott's playing, all the defense has to do is not be the worst in football.